Welcome to Eagle Evenings. We are here with Mars.
Hello!
Mars, we're so glad to have Mars on. We're so glad to have you watching. And so we're gonna get right into the interview. And
Okay.
Mars, I want you to tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, hi. My name is Marissa Ramsey, but everybody calls me Mars. It's a name I picked up when I was in college. I am a 2017 LSMSA alum, a 2021 Centenary College alum, and a soon-to-be graduate from NSU with my master's degree in student affairs and higher education. I will graduate with that in December of 2023.
Woo! Graduate in 2023.
Nice!
So I want to start off with the very first question I have. I want to know, what's your favorite planet?
I know that people think it's a joke, but Mars literally is my favorite planet because it's red and it is ruled by the sign of Aries, and I have a lot of Aries placements in my birth chart, which is so slay, and I just think it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I also like all the pictures we get from Mars whenever NASA sends, like, I don't know, what, the rover?
The rovers, yeah.
Yeah, every like rover picture that we get is so beautiful, and it's like so mysterious too. Like, it used to have water, but it's gone. Like, where'd it go? And like,
She's so mysterious.
I don't know. Like, there's gotta be like something in there. Like, there's gotta be like some alien. Like, I love that. Like, that's so cool. So
Right.
I love Mars.
So
It
Mars.
is literally my favorite planet. But also, I love that Saturn has rings. I do love that. And last night, Scarlett and I were by the fire pit, and we were talking about the colors of the different planets. So literally unplanned, but very relevant. And she was like, I know that this is unslay, but like Uranus has the best, most beautiful, vibrant color I've ever seen.
What planet?
I say Uranus, but she's like Uranus. And she's right, like, it's such a beautiful blue. But Mars is the best because Aries is amazing.
Right. So I've got the next question here.
Okay.
As most people know, Mars is an SLA here at LSMSA, and I
Yes.
want to know how is SLA like? How's it to be?
It can be a lot, like juggling on top of being like a full-time student and having like a personal life, but I really love it. And y'all are my favorite part of my job. You have to have a lot of patience to have this job. Like, I don't think, some people make jokes, like a lot of students make jokes and be like, Mars, can I be an SLA? I would be such a great SLA, but there's so much that you don't see behind the scenes. So it can be a lot to handle, but y'all make it worth it because y'all are just so fantastic and literally so funny. Y'all make me laugh every day, all the time.
Yeah, that's whatever. Well, speaking of SLAs, you are the SLA of C1, the champions of Eagle Antics. So I was wondering, and if you watched the last episode, you would know Blake talked about you.
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
He said, oh, Marissa is the best SLA. Like, she's so wonderful and intelligent and beautiful, and I just think she's amazing, and that's why she won Eagle Antics, and her children are just so slay, and like everything is perfect about her, and I love her hair and her eyes, and she just has the best like sense of fashion, and she's so smart.
Let's find the Venn diagram of all the things he said and how much of that is true, and there's like one word there.
What are you talking about?
Okay, well,
I'm
anyway,
scared.
leaving this topic of lying, I want to know what is your opinion on being the champions of Eagle Antics?
It feels so good. But last year, okay, I have beef actually, because last year we won Eagle Antics, which was so cool, and my students put in so much effort and they tried so hard, and I have a video of all of us like screaming and like chanting whenever Jenny was like, C1 won Eagle Antics, and we were like, ah, yeah! But I have beef because in the yearbook or like on Instagram, there's a picture with Prem's Hall holding a trophy, and it looks like they won, but they didn't. And all my students were like, Mars, when are we getting our trophy? Like, do we get a trophy? And I was like, yeah, I think we do. Nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. So I was born to pick with Prem. But no, it feels really great.
Call him in here.
No, Prem!
He's our cameraman.
Entering from camera right. But no, I think it's funny, and I think that my students just try really hard, and they're just so great. Like, they're so spirited, and I'm just a very passionate person. in nature. Like that's just kind of how I am, how I'm built. And so I just like try to give them a lot of spirit and energy and passion. And then I just get them riled up and I'm like, go forth and conquer.
Go forth!
And they did.
So speaking of prem, we're gonna cut real quick to a new session we're trying out with prem. So we'll be back shortly.
Cooking with Prem.
Mamma mia, that's me! We are making world famous quesadilla, which is known as premedilla at the LSMSA campus. Anyway, first thing we need is tortilla. Then we have a cayenne pepper and garlic powder. A couple of slices of unadulterated, no GMO, 2 packets. 2 slices for each. Sorry, we ran out of mozzarella cheese, so you'll have to stick with this one. Okay, 2 slices. Then 2 eggs. Last but not least, olive oil, pure olive oil. Oh, this is the cayenne pepper we use. Okay, it's our plan. Last but not least, again, there's a Greek spice. Beautiful. Used to be $2, it's at $4.50 now. Now I'm ready for action, okay? This is for the bread. Crack the egg. This must be small chicken. Tap. That's the onomatopoeia. In Nepal, we call it, hey, someone should do fat egg. Tap. Funny times I do it, anyway, more or less, okay? White people can't use hands, okay? However, this brown, fireproof. This is fireproof, all singed. Don't try this at home. See, hot oil still don't burn. Crank it up to 3, crank it up to 5. Wish I had the mozzarella. That takes a little longer to melt. The cheese. Yeah. The mozzarella cheese really take this thing, but I don't know about this thing, but I think it should do it. Okay, that's for garlic powder. Now the Greek spice goes into this. See, it's just like Raz gets after me. Sometimes I do this. That's all half the spice on the outside, so I go like this. Raz taught me. Raz, you are a great spicy teacher.
Thank you.
Now remember 2 slices of meat. Hey, 1 slice goes here. 1 slice. First slice complete the circle. See? Beautiful. We have favorite spatula. This is Raz's favorite. I like the black spatula. Now, before Raz sees it, you let it go. Ready for action. Oh, by the way, world famous tin foil. Heat off. Hold it. Oh, thank you. Look, the browning. It adds some beauty. I don't know how tasty it is, but it adds some beauty and makes people want to eat it. This is like a pail. Nobody likes pail unless its name is Blaze Como. So tan man with the tan, always cooks the quesadilla and puts a little tan in it. Okay, I call you done, okay? one of the things I learned from Raj is never wrap this thing right away. Let it cool off. The steam inside will make the bread soggy. I have the best teacher. Here's my best teacher. Raj, say hi, please.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Don't do this at home. I think it's cool enough. See? Ready.
We're back!
We're back!
I hope you like cooking with Prem.
Prim, that looked really good.
Yeah, that looks so good. We know what it was.
Thank you.
Delicious meal. Anyways, so I have some more questions for you, Mars.
Yes.
I want to ask, as you guys know, as she said earlier, Mars is a LSMSA alum.
Yes.
So I want to know what it's like to work at your school, the one you graduated from.
It honestly feels a lot different than I thought it would because we're not in Caddo and Prudhoe. This building is kind of like a clean sweep and like a complete reset. It's changed so much about the way that we function as like an institution, and like it's changed so much about the relationship between academic campus and residential life. So it doesn't feel as like, ooh, I'm back in my old stomping ground as I thought it would. And Erica and I spoke about this, but initially, like when we got this job, we kind of felt we were excited to have it, and of course, like we came with our own like ambitions and like energy, but we were really nervous because like we graduated with people who went to Harvard and Stanford and Yale and Columbia and Swarthmore and like I don't know, Pomona and all these great colleges that are like really elite and like very selective, and we went off and did our own things and were very successful in our own right, but we were also really nervous because we were like, okay, LSMSA tells students to like go off and do great things, but it doesn't talk about students returning and like coming back in some capacity. So we kind of felt a little odd because we know people who are like living abroad and like doing these like crazy amazing jobs or like working in corporate America, and even though that's something we're not interested in, it's like that comparison sort of mindset, but we've gotten way past that. I think like we've grown a lot in this past year through working in this position, and that's no longer a concern for us, but it is something that we thought about before starting our job here.
Sounds scary.
It's really intimidating, but we've worked past it and we feel really good about our choices.
Well, speaking of scary, this is a question I'm very excited for, and I
Okay.
asked in the last interview. I want to know if you have any you can share. I want to know any SLA horror stories that you have.
Yes, I do. I actually want to say one that's kind of recent so badly, but I'm not going to say it because it's just like, it's not right. But there will come a day where I will release this story because
where
it
you'll
is
share your story.
Crazy. Yeah. But
We'll have a mini-sode where Mars reveals the secret.
yes, I would love that, honestly. But last year, you were involved in this story.
Yes, I was.
And last year, I was working the desk with Prem and Raj, and whenever I worked the desk with the both of them, Raj and I are the ones who handle sign out, we handle speed bump, like anything related to the computer, we're the ones doing it. And Prem is like less reach savvy, so like he doesn't understand like everything about reach, or he'll be like, can you help me and stuff? So whenever something happens, we send him up to deal with it or off and stuff. And like he willingly goes, he's like, oh, do you think you stay here?
I got it.
No, yeah, he's like, well, it's my time to
I'll
shine.
see myself out.
And so I went to go give a student afternoon medication, and then I come back to the desk, and Raj is like, hey, like, Prem's upstairs, and like, he said there's smoke in the laundry room. And I was like, okay, let us. Because at that time, like students on Erica's hall and on Meredith's hall were talking about steam or like smoke coming out of the dryers. But it was actually, just steam. It wasn't anything bad.
Right.
So I go upstairs and I'm like, it's not gonna be that deep. It's not that deep. Why does she want me to go upstairs? And I see you, a herd of B3 students, and Prem. And I'm like, you guys just going, oh my God! And the entire B3 laundry room is opaque, choked with smoke. And I'm like, what's going on? What happened? Why is it like that? Is there a fire inside? And I'm on the phone. I call English roommate. I'm like, Emily, I don't know what to do. Like, there's smoke in the laundry room. Like, I just don't get it. And she's like, call the police. Call the police now. And I'm like, okay. And so I hang up. I call the police. And we're just staring. We're like, because we don't know what to do. And Prim's like, I guess I'll go inside. And he goes in. And I'm like, Prim, don't open the door. The alarm's going to go off. And then he was like, whoa, whatever. And then the alarm goes off. And then, like, you know, we have to evacuate. And it was in, like, the middle of the day. And so, you know, people are busy. And it was not good. And then there were some students who didn't evacuate because they heard that it was just a laundry room situation. And so they didn't leave, but it could have gotten really bad because, again, it was the washer that was on fire. It wasn't even the dryer. It's supposed to be wet in there. It's supposed to be water. Why did that go like that? I don't get it. So it was very crazy.
And actually, while we're talking about this, I want to mention the hero.
Yeah.
There was a hero that day, and it was not the firefighters, although they did do some saving.
Yeah.
The hero was Josh Gillett. Shout out to him.
Josh! What did he do?
He ran in the room. The second he heard about it, he went in and he unplugged the washer. That was him.
Slay!
So shout out to Josh for
Great job,
potentially
Josh.
saving the LLC.
No, literally. That was really good.
Our savior.
Yeah, that's the first thing you gotta do.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely crazy. I mean, other than like microwaves exploding and like, you know, broken bones, like people being sick and like throwing up like blood, that sort of stuff.
This sounds like exponentially worse than the washer.
I mean, well, those are
Blood,
kind of
bodies everywhere.
decay, building falling apart. But, oh my god, wait, a legit horror story though. So whenever I first moved in, before y'all even got here last year.
Oh, I know this one.
I was on my couch watching TikToks. And I'm like, I'm hungry, let me go get some food. And I put my feet on the ground of my apartment. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, I didn't spill anything. Like, I was like, oh no, my water bottle spilled water. No water bottle. No juice, no nothing inside. And I'm like, what is, I'm like, I look around, my entire apartment is flooding with water. And I was like, no! And I like call Mr. Henry, I call Emily Dewey who worked here last year, and I'm like, Emily, there's water everywhere, I don't know what to do. I hang up, and it's everywhere. It's on my hall, it's in my bathroom, it's in my bedroom, it's in my kitchen, it's all over, and I'm like running around and scrambling to like put things up high. It was really bad. That was literally so scary, and it was coming from the like filter or like the like drain system in the laundry room of C1. It was coming out of there. What's up with the laundry room?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
What's going on?
Deep dive.
But yeah, that was really bad too.
Well, I want to move on from really bad to really good.
Okay.
Circling back to how you're an alum, I want to know if you want to talk about your favorite LSMSA staff member.
Yeah. The reason why I'm in this school is because of Dr. Jason Anderson and Jennifer Mangum. I came into LSMSA through the Excel program, and without them I literally wouldn't have gotten into LSMSA, and I wouldn't be working here right now. But once I got here and I started connecting with other faculty and staff members, Dr. Kelly Langford is a standout. She is fantastic, and I call her my mom, and I asked if I could call her my mom at the beginning of my senior year, and she was like, yes, you are the only student who I will allow. We're just super close, and she means the absolute world to me. She is my family, and I just love her so much. And whenever my apartment flooded, I stayed at her house. When I was in college, she would visit me. We went to the aquarium together. She'd take me to Whole Foods. She's just fantastic. And I think she is an example of what this school does at its best, which is love so deeply, and care, and know, like the faculty and staff here know the students that they work with. So she's just the best. She's an example of somebody who is above beyond. Like she's just fantastic. So I love her. I love you. I love you, Dr. Linkford, if you're watching.
Well, we have her right here behind that door. That's a lie.
You got me.
Well, this is a heartfelt note, so I think we should end it off here. I just want to know, before we end off, if you have anything you want to say before we end off.
I just want to thank you for allowing me to be on your podcast.
It's a talk show.
Oh, a talk show, your talk show.
We have film.
It is fantastic, and I think it's such a great idea. It's a time capsule of some of the best people here, and
so you're including yourself here.
Yeah, you noticed that, right? I think this community is spectacular, and I love working here. Whenever I was a student at LSMSA, I had some of my best times here, and the community that I found here, and the ways in which people trusted me to grow into the best version of myself is what gave me the confidence to embody that once I got to college, and still today. So my working here is a love letter to what this community has done to me and the lives that it has affected, and I hope that someday you're able to do that too, where maybe in the moment it's stressful, or you don't realize what you have until it's gone and it's so bittersweet. But I always think about this school and what it's done for me and what it continues to do for me. And I just love working with y'all. Y'all are the best part of my job. And I'll say it till I die. So.
Well, this has been, I'm so glad, and you were thanking me for letting you on, but I'm glad you were on at all. This has been such a great episode, such a great time with you, such a great time to talk to you.
Yeah.
And this has been Eagle Evenings, and I want to thank you guys for watching. And everyone, please give it up for Mars. And Liz! And also me! The host. But that's all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye!